Okay guys, hey, today is another day. It's Wednesday. We're going to make another batch of hot process soap. This is a stick blender method. I've figured out how to do this method and I actually really like it. I love the soap. We've been getting lots of positive feedback from it. So I changed up my process a little bit last night. I kind of didn't like it. I did some different things with the colors and I'm going to change it back up again today. So when I go to mix this batch up, I'm going to pull some of the oil that's in the batch, and I'm going to mix my color in that oil for my second color. So the last batch that we did, in fact, I'll show you. I mixed the color. Oh, it fell. I mixed the color after the batch, so I don't know if you can see those white spots. Those are spots where the color didn't get done, so it didn't get in there. So I like to cook the color in the batch, because then I know it's spread throughout the whole batch. So I used to do it that way, and I think the second color I'm just going to add some white titanium dioxide to it and to tone it down, so then I get a nice two-color bar. But I've tried different methods, and yesterday I used extra oil to mix the color before the batch. But tonight I'm going to put the color in here. I'll take some oil out to mix the titanium dioxide in as my second color. I think that'll just work better. So I am going to, and I don't know, maybe I'll just mix my titanium. No, yeah, I'll do it that way. So see, you guys are going to walk with me through the process of all the trials, all my mistakes. You guys get to see them. All these videos are uncut, as you can see. I fumble around my words, but in the end, you're going to see my mistakes, and you're going to see this hot process soap. So I do like the stick blender method. I've watched other methods. I've been taught other methods, but I prefer my method, and we get great feedback on our soap. So anyways, again, all my products here you can buy from cwapothecary.com. Clearwater Apothecary. Some of it's not on the website. You might need to call, but we do supply on a wholesale level all of our oils, our micas, our colors, everything. So we're still doing a lot of things right now. We're still trying to get a lot of stuff up on the website. Our sales are great, so we're doing it all at one time. But meanwhile, I will continue to post these videos. So I will get these things measured out, and I'll be right back with you. Okay, hey guys, we're back. So I've got everything separated. I've got my lye separated. I've got my oils here separated. What I am gonna do, like I said, I was gonna pull some of this oil out. I'm going to try to achieve the color that I want to achieve. Prior to me making this, because this color that I want, it's I'm trying to match the burgundy. I could do this a little faster somehow. The red burgundy, of the pomegranate fruit, that's the color that I'm matching. So I am going to match it in this cup. It's going to be, I don't know if you can see this, the main color is going to be this color here. So we do have to keep an eye on these though, because as we do get moving, this oil is going to get hot. So to get our color, I'm going to be using this wine color here. It's kind of a shimmery wine color. you probably can't even see me. So kind of stirring it up in these hot oils just to, you know, get it nice and melted. But I need to add some red to this. Let's see if we can get that a little bit more of a burgundy color. It's funny, I've got cocoa butter, so we use, so okay, I think, so you see it there, I think we're gonna go with that. Okay, right now our oils are way too hot, so we're just gonna let that cool down. Yeah, we want to get these oils down around 200, but that's okay because it gives us time to get our lye mixture done. So I do not have my lye mixture ready, so while it's cooling down, I will get it ready because I like our lye to be about 190 degrees. Got a mask up. I know I look like this crazy doctor. I don't know if you can see me, but hey. So now, while that is cooling, 217. We're going to add our lye to our water. I don't know why there's always a little bit that sticks in there, but anyway, get it out. I want the lye completely dissolved before we, before we put it in our stuff. You also want this lye to be, within 10 degrees of the temperature of the oil. See how it's steamy? I do add sugar to my water, so now that oil is cooling down, we're gonna make sure our lye is all dissolved. I did this once and the lye wasn't completely dissolved, so it threw the batch off. I've also done it where I've added too much water and then there's, then it's too moist and you gotta wait too long for it to come through. I think that's getting there. 208. 187. So this cools down a little bit more. We can get everything added. So again, here's our color, which I'm gonna like. I think what I'm gonna do while we're waiting, I think I'm going to pull a little bit more oil out. And that's when I'm going to add my white titanium dioxide in. Because this batch is going to be kind of two tones, two colors. So, yesterday when I did this, you know, I pulled the, I added extra oil and then went about it that way. But I think the, you know, that you add too much extra oil, that can really throw your batch off too. So, I've made up our white that'll go in right behind as our second color. You can buy your titanium dioxide at cwapothecary.com also. See where we're at. Okay, 192, 179, we're close enough. So, we've got it added in there. I like to just stir this in, you know, just to get stirred before we start with the blender, just to get it to mix. Sometimes I think when you let these oils relax just a little bit, they turns out a little bit better instead of going right to the stick blender method, you know. So it's not going to really do anything. It's just going to kind of, you know, it's not going to react yet for a little bit. So I think what I'm going to do, see how it is kind of thickening up a little bit. So I'm going to add my color in right now. I'm going to add the dark one. Get it all stirred in. Oh yeah, I think that's gonna be cool. So because this is pomegranate, I always try to match the color, you know, to our labels. You know, we do soy candles too, so you know, I try to match the colors of the candles to, you know, the labels. If it's a fruit, you know, I try to match the fruit. You know, pomegranate's red. I like to do this soap, you know, two-tone. So I think it's going to turn out cool. So what I'll do is when I put this in the mold, I'll do the other half. I'll add white to the other half of these oils. That way, it'll make it a little bit, make half of it a little bit lighter. So now I'm going to use my stick blender method. We're going to blend it till it gets ready to go. So again, kind of the boring part, but I want you guys to see, you know, everything that's done. You know, so since I took the oil, you know, out of the batch here to add the color, and I put the oil back in, it doesn't mess up the percentages in our batch. And by adding it now and letting it cook in, you know, the colors get mixed up good. Okay, I think we're there. So what we're going to do now is we're going to let this just cook. We've got our other stuff ready. So I'm going to cover it with my cellophane. Make sure it gets a good, you know, airlock in there. See where it puffs up. So we're going to wait. It's going to take about, you know, 5-8 minutes for this to cook up. So meanwhile, I think that color is going to turn out really good, actually. So one thing with this hot process method like this, okay, so it's 161. So the thing that you guys will see is during this process, you know, we added the lye into the oils hot, and it's cooled down a little bit. But when this fires off and starts to saponify, basically this mixture is going to get back up over 200 degrees again, and it'll continue to kind of boil until it's done, you know. And when it's done and it becomes soap, it'll quit, and the temperature itself cools down real fast. And so, you know, that's the point that we're going to add our aloe and our fragrance, which actually helps, it starts to cool down real quick again after that, because we just added, you know, liquids in. You know, so I keep everything here at the office. All my liquids are room temperature. So like our oil, everything is room temperature here. So so as this thing starts to go to town and do its thing, you can kind of see it kind of forming already around the sides. It will, and next to cutting the soap, my favorite thing is the volcanoing. So what I'll do, since we're ready for everything else, is I'm going to just kind of clean up a little bit here, and I'll bring you back when it starts to volcano. See you in a sec. Hey guys, so we're back. I forgot to bring you back. So we're getting through the volcanoing. One thing you don't really want to do is you don't really want to be, you know, messing around and forgetting about this stuff, because, you know, we're back at, you know, 164. It's going to heat up there pretty good. I'm going to let it just sit here and work. It's not as active as some of the others. I don't know why. You know, I find that every batch has got kind of its own personality. So I might not have blended this one enough too. I might have needed to blend it a little bit more, you know. So it is cooking though. I like to watch the different temperatures. It was 164 a minute ago, now it's 169, it was 158. So the temperature is, you know, getting back up there. So I think I'm going to go ahead and, well, still seems to be working. I think I'm going to uncover it and I'm going to stick blend it some more. You know, maybe that's what it's wanting. So, you know, it's not gonna hurt it to you know, tap it down and blend it some more. So sometimes I wonder if different color additives, you know, do things to the volcano. Although it's 183 right now, so even after the blending, it got up there hotter. I can see it in there moving now. See where it's still forming, you know, the gas. One of the things I've also noticed, when it becomes soap, this will go away. When it quits volcanoing, the puffiness of the saran wrap there will go away. So it just like suddenly deflates, and yeah, anyway, it's still working. And it'll work here for a while, so just kind of gotta let it do its thing. It's kind of a slow process. You know, I know this video is kind of long, but I wanted you guys to see it from, you know, from beginning to end. So so we'll just let it sit there and cook for a little bit, and I'll bring you back when we get done and I go to add my fragrances. See you in a few. Hey guys, hey, I just wanted to bring you back. It's, you know, almost soap. It's done its thing. I didn't want to just bring you in while I'm just doing nothing but stirring for quite a while. So I've been stirring and stirring and stirring. So it's almost there. I tasted it, you know, a few minutes ago. It still had a little bit of a zing. So, you know, I think with this batch I should have stick blended it longer, you know, at the beginning. But I can see that we're almost done. I remember when I told you, when this turns to soap, it drops in temperature really quick. So we're 134. It's pretty much done. It's pretty much doing what it's gonna do, you know. You see it's got a nice glycerin in it. So I think we're okay. I'm gonna taste it. Nope, no zing. I think we're good to call it good. So I am going to add the fragrance oil and the aloe. I think what happens, you know, if you don't have, you know, if you're not done with it at this point and you add it, you know, you could be adding this early, because, you know, that aloe and the fragrance oil, you know, it's a lot cooler than what our soap is. So it's going to cool it down fast. So, you know, if it's still working in there and then you add this, you know, it's gonna quit working. So, you know, we do let our soap, you know, cure for a week or two, you know, before we let it go anyway. So, I mean, I always taste test it, and, you know, if again it's not zingy on my tongue now, it's not going to be zingy, you know, later. So there, we just added our aloe and our fragrance oil. Smells awesome. And we're going to add this to the mold. So I don't really know how I'm going to do this batch, so I think I'm just going to add some in there, Just kind of get a good bottom base coat in there. If that's even a word to use, you know. So kind of tamp it down the corners. You know, it's becoming, you know, soap fast. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of split this pan down. So it's going to be kind of a three-tone, I guess, you know. I like to work with this while the pan is hot, while the oil is hot. When you take it out and you kind of mix it up in another batch, it cools down even more. So can you see it? So what I did is I just, you know, poured that white, you know, in half this batch, half the side, so I can add, you know, some white to it. And I'm basically just making two tones. So, you know, I want a lighter tone and a darker tone. Let's see how this, when I add the when I add the color at the beginning, because it mixes and stirs so much, you know, you don't get the parts that are not setting up. So anyway, so we're gonna just kind of work this around. Put some darker in there. Tamp it down. So I think what I'm going to do with this here is I think I'm just going to kind of you know, like I said, every batch is different. Every batch behaves different. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of mix it halfway in with the white. So see, we have some light, some dark. I've got these batches measured out now pretty darn close to where, you know, I don't really have any left over. So you know, one thing about the hot process is you do not get to make, you know, the cool really designs like they get to make with the cold process, you know. So I try to do something. But I don't know if you can see this at this point, but it's really setting up fast. So I'm just going to leave it at that. You know, one thing about, like I said, with the hot process, once it starts to set up, it sets up fast. So you don't get a whole lot of time, you know, to really play like you do with the cold process. But it's there. I'm gonna go wash that, but there's my mold. I'm gonna let it just kind of sit like that overnight, see how it works, see how it looks. We got a two-tone in there. So it's our pomegranate. So we're gonna wait and reveal it tomorrow, see what it looks like. I think it's gonna turn out good. Anyways, this is Robert from cwapothecary.com. You know, we do use 11 oils and butters in our hot process stick blender method soap. It's very nice to shower with, very clean, very relaxing. But it's been quite the challenge to, you know, get it to all come together as really good soap. So if you want more information, you always go to our website at cwapothecary.com. You can see the list of soaps the list of oils that we use in it. I can tell you we use almond oil, avocado oil, castor oil, coconut oil, cocoa butter, macadamia nut oil, mango seed butter, olive oil, palm kernel oil, shea butter, sunflower oil, and lye and aloe. So that's these batches. When I get about, you know, another 10 of these done, we're going to also add a goat's milk line to our soap, which will be the same thing as this. You know, same colors and fragrances, but there will be goat's milk. We're also going to add a whole line of charcoal soap. So, you know, basically it'll be the same soap, it'll be charcoal. I'm also going to do a pine tar and duplicate the pine tar soap from Dr. Squatch. We've had some people wanting that. So I think tomorrow I'm going to get on here and try to duplicate that. I think it's going to be a challenge with everything that we've done, but I'm up for it. We'll see what we can do. Anyways, be sure to like our station, share it, hit the bell, subscribe, do all that kind of stuff. Help us out here, and we will talk to you tomorrow. Thanks. Okay guys, hey, it's Robert from CW Apothecary. We are back. So I had to go home last night, and I let this kind of sit in the mold overnight. You can see the color that we got. It smells like pomegranate. It's awesome. So we are going to unmold it and see what we have. It's like the great reveal when we unmold these. I like to really unmold them about an hour or two, you know, after I make them. I like to put them, well, actually here, it's winter, so I put them outside for an hour. Anyway, so that's our two colors that's in them. Still a little moist, but it'll dry out. Yeah, I like it. So let's see what they look like cut up. Here we go. So there they are cut up. That's the end piece. So we'll let it sit and dry. I like the two colors. Worked out awesome. See what the weight is. Yeah. 4.4 ounces, so you know it's where we want to be on average. So I think it's I think they're good. I like them to be anywhere around 4.5 ounces or so. So That's 4.6. So yeah. So we are in there. We're going to go ahead and keep cutting this. I'm going to do another batch today. I think I'm going to perfect the pine tar batch today. So 4.8. So anyway, so just if you like our videos, please like and share, hit the little bell. You can go to the website, ask any questions here or there, cwapothecary.com. It's Robert, thank you.